So here's the deal. Genesis Mining recently has gotten a cease and desist order from South Carolina. Now, if we've seen prior with Bitconnect, this is kind of a snowball effect. Once one state comes forward, then another one comes forward. The next thing you know, the whole thing, it closes its doors. So Genesis Mining, for those of you guys that don't know, is pretty much a scam. Let's be honest. I know some people are going to be upset, but I've always considered this cloud mining charade to be just as much a scam as Bitconnect. As a matter of fact, a lot of the shills that were spewing propaganda that was pro Bitconnect also have their cloud mining referral links. Now, I don't care. I don't know that you've made money doing cloud mining. I know you're going to tell me about, oh, but I've made my money back. I've doubled my money, just like people in the Bitconnect were doing it. But if you look at the math, it doesn't add up. It'll never pay out more. Like people say, okay, I have $10,000. A year later, they're like, hey, I got 20,000. Hey, and I'm like, hey, bravo face. So if you had bought one Bitcoin, now you'd have $100,000. You get what I'm saying? It's all schemes. I've never met anybody who actually made more investing in a cloud mining contract than they would have just buying directly Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's very cut and dry. Plus, a mining rig, you pay for a mining rig within 2 to 3 months. Okay, it takes a little time to put it together, but you go on Alibaba and buy one from China if you have to, rather than dealing in these cloud mining things. In the end, a lot of these places didn't even have rigs, in my opinion. Most of them didn't have any of this. It was all just propaganda, just like the bot in Bitconnect was never around. In the end, why did cloud mining companies become popular? Well, they became popular because back in the day when it was hard to acquire cryptocurrency, one Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, Litecoin, people could, with their credit card, pay for a mining contract in their fiat currency and then get disbursements of crypto. And people thought that this was a reasonable way to acquire crypto. But now that you can go to Coinbase, you got all these companies, and it's becoming a more competitive industry, it's easy to get cryptocurrency. So why deal with these jabronis? I mean, why anyone deals with them is beyond me. But again, anytime you have people profiting from referrals, then you have this sort of distasteful, unhealthy propaganda because everybody makes money. So you'll see in this video, people will comment below and say, hey, I made money on cloud mining, and they'll shove their referral link on there because that's the only way you can really make money. So if you combine the two, maybe, whatever. It's the same thing as Bitconnect. Okay, a lot of these places don't even have them. I don't know if Genesis Mining in of itself had mines, had cryptocurrency mining equipment. I don't know, maybe. They always got pictures, but you never have anybody that goes and visits them. Either way, whether they had them or not is not the point. Okay, it's not profitable. If they had a mining facility, it doesn't make any sense to allow people to lease equipment. It doesn't make any sense. It's either like Gigawatt where you're raising money and the money you put in, they buy the equipment. But if you already have it set up, it doesn't make any sense to lease somebody the equipment. It doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense to you? No, because that doesn't make any sense. Okay? So lately, the second states have been going after companies that are shady. And I'm very happy that they've gone after Genesis Mining, to be honest with you, because I've always known anybody that is worth their salt in the cryptocurrency sphere knew that it was a shady business. That is why the SEC picks these type of companies to investigate, okay? It is not a coincidence that South Carolina hit Bitconnect and now they're hitting Genesis Mining. Let me explain something about how the SEC works, okay? I don't know if you guys remember that Martin Shkreli guy, the pharma bro. He's this Albanian immigrant, grew up in New York City, and made a fortune doing hedge fund managing sort of things. Anyway, he bought a company that owned an AIDS drug, and he shot the price up from like $7 up to like, I don't know, it was something ridiculous, like hundreds of dollars per pill. And anyway, it hit social media. And the social justice warriors came out in force, not understanding the economics behind such things, regardless of how you feel about it. Okay, yeah, it was douchey, and it definitely seems douchey. So they came out, and it became a big thing, hit the news, all this stuff, and then later the SEC It's like, okay, maybe we need to investigate this guy with all the stuff that come up. Investigate him, and in the end, brought him to court over some shit that he did in a company years before. I don't know how it turned out, but I doubt it'll stick. If anything, it's just a charade. It's a show. So that's how the SEC works, okay? The SEC is pretty much a charade. Do you think that if you go against the SEC or violate SEC laws that you're going to get caught? No, very small percentage of people get caught. And it's about popularity contest. It's about who incentivizes the SEC. Hey, listen, you need to look into them. Because with the SEC, it's one of those things that when they really look at a company, every company, they'd find something to fine them. Every company, they could send out a cease and desist. Like, well, okay, not every company could cease and desist. But if you look close enough at anybody, you're going to find stuff. And that's how the SEC is. So it's really just about their agenda. It really is about an agenda. And now that they smelled blood in the water, there's no telling. So far, I completely agree with the Bitconnect and the Genesis Mining. Looking closely in the cease and desist order, it accuses Genesis Mining of being a money transfer service, essentially saying that mining equipment, existing or not, it's pretty much like you giving fiat currency and they give you cryptocurrency. And that exchange qualifies them as a money exchange service, just like Coinbase. So there's nothing to get outraged there. It makes sense to me. Plus, they're a scam. Because they wouldn't go after somebody just to go after them. They're shady in the first place. Because people are losing millions. And all these people that lose all this money on their contracts report it and make complaints to the SEC. And then the SEC eventually is like, okay, we got to look into this. First it started with Bitconnect, now it's going just in Genesis Mining. So that's what you got to think when you run businesses. When you get a lot of complaints filed with the SEC and people are unsatisfied with your performance, insomma, with your services, eventually the SEC is going to get enough complaints where they're going to look into what you're doing. And if they look close enough, they can crucify anybody almost. This is what I'm saying. The government is not this entity, okay, that has a mind of its own, like people like the government, Big Brother, like this Big Brother's doing all kinds, he's doing his own thing. Ma che dite? The Big Brother is a representation of the agenda of large corporations. Pretty much that's what it is, because large companies and corporations pay lobbyists to be in Washington and further their agenda. So the government is a reflection of that, okay? It's like the little people, your problems are not heard. Once you got a business, a corporation, you got money to pay. So all these politicians are paid by all these companies. I mean, it's special interests. That's what you're seeing. SEC is no different, okay? You're not performing well, they'll take a look at you, just like they did with Martin Shkreli. Okay, this stuff years ago wasn't even that bad. Nobody lost money. None of his investors were complaining. There was no issue. The whole thing, they would have never found out about his whatever he was doing if it wasn't for these people, the SJWs on the internet, making a big fracasso of him and the AIDS drug. And then they found that stuff in the back. That's disconcerting to me. It's disconcerting to me because the public opinion is a big driving force. And now that everything's online, I'm telling you, it's a couple of people get a wild hair and decide to start trash talking you, depending on their position and how much power they have. They get a lot of people on board. Next thing you know, you got the SEC looking at you. You got the federal government, the IRS looking at your back taxes. I'm telling you, that's how it works. Like with the IRS, you don't think that if the IRS looked at anybody hard enough that they find some shit to fine you on? Of course, everybody has done some deductions wrong. You know, anybody has done some things wrong. They make it complicated on purpose. So when you get hit by the IRS, it's because you've drawn their attention, or you just didn't pay taxes for long enough that they finally got around to it. You know, like with Wesley Snipes, whatever. I'm just saying, the government is a strange thing. It's a very strange beast. And, you know, it's a reality check, really. But so far, there's definitely a willingness on the part of governments and states or whatever to get their hands dirty with cryptocurrency. It's gone untouched for too long. And the fact that they're attacking Ponzi schemes. I think that's a good thing because of the complaints. Like I told you, all these complaints are flooding in, and that's why they took a look at it. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. I have a positive outlook on the Genesis mining. I know a lot of people in crypto, they don't like the idea of regulation. I don't either. But I know that, it's coming. The regulation makes it a little bit more tangible. I think people are going to feel better about investing in crypto, knowing that there is some recourse, like with Bitconnect, Genesis mining. Like you are accountable. There isn't this feeling that if you get into crypto, you're on your own. You're on your own. Like whatever happens, happens. There's going to be no recourse. It's like the law doesn't recognize it. But now we're seeing that it's becoming a little bit more mainstream. And I think that's going to give people a little bit more comfort and eventually boost and support the price movement upwards for cryptocurrency. So anyway, on other news, one of the things I've been working on to kind of go my own way is I've made my own website, which is vincentbriatore.net. For now, I'm still hosting videos on YouTube, so you can watch my videos on YouTube. But on my platform, if you go to vincentbriatore.net, there's no in-stream ads. So you can just watch the videos. There'll be ads everywhere, but the videos won't have ads. I have my own comment section that's a Facebook comment. So I think I've added a few features that I think are cool. Also, I think I'm going to do the Friday pick. I'm going to start doing it only on vincentbriatore.net. And then I'm going to do the giveaways on vincentbriatore.net. All you got to do is sign up for the newsletter, and that's where I'll draw the winners. So anyway, go check out the website. Let me know what you think. I'm going to do some interesting things with this website, okay? I'm going to have my portfolio, live portfolio on the website so you can always track it. And then I'm going to try to do a little competition thing with YouTubers and, digital analysts to have other YouTubers and stuff, other people's portfolios, and do like a competition until year's end and see which one performs better. That way, in one place, you go to my website, you can see, Superman's portfolio, or, I don't know, whoever, Richard Hartz, whoever you watch, who's that other guy, the one in Vegas who plays poker, Doug, Anyway, it would be interesting. There's a lot of ideas I have floating around. The main reason I thought of doing this is to get away a little bit from YouTube, be able to do what I want. Still host them there, but once you have them on your website, you have a lot more freedom. And eventually I can start hosting my own videos, maybe on Substratum, a decentralized video network. So that's the main thing. And the thing I wanted to do is maybe offer some premium courses for $9-10, something to step it up for those that want to learn more, And I was thinking like Superman, he does this through Udemy, and some of these they take 50%. Plus, a lot of Udemy doesn't accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. So I'm like, no, but it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to host them on my own website, do my own thing. And now you can use Stripe. If you use Stripe as a credit card processing, they accept the Bitcoin as well. And they handle everything, even monthly recurring billing, everything. So has all the features I'm looking for, and I'm just going to build on that. For now, the website's very basic. I haven't even finished building it, okay? So it doesn't look great. And you might find tabs that don't work or who knows what. But for now, if you want to go check it out, I appreciate it. Make some comments on the videos because right now all the videos are fresh on there. I'm publishing this one on the website. And from now on, through my social media, I'm always going to post the video, but from the website. So I'm driving traffic for me, not making money for YouTube. You get it? You get what I'm saying? It's just an idea. We'll see how it works. So far, so good. And I appreciate all the support. And any advice that you guys have for things and changes or ideas to things I should do on the website, please let me know. I'm going to have a lot more freedom to develop those ideas from my own platform. Okay, guys, that's all I have to say for today. As always, buy red and sell green. Alibaba